In the name of God, the merciful and the compassionate, we start this program on the economic revolution of the century. Such a revolution that is speculated by Dr. Niaz Ahmed Khan, who found a big burden on his shoulders in the last few years by the world economic crisis and situations. He found that taxes and bank interests and poverty are the reasons why we have uneven economic development in the world. That we have poor of the East, rich of the West. That we have policies of conspiracies against the people that have the wealth. They plan and the others just take orders. He found it very difficult for him to keep silent. As a doctor, an eye doctor, he dedicated his life for a lot of people in the past in the medical field. And now he finds himself compelled to do a little more because he is at the age where he can summarize all his experience and expertise in life and all that he knows wrong to be corrected. He puts a policy for it. He wrote a book called The Economic Revolution of the Century. He speculated in that book what no one else did in the past. He is striving to eliminate interests, poverty, and of course the burden of taxes from the shoulders of all the people. He found a system called mutual benefit coupon system that can be applied in all countries. And he claims that it is a fix to all economics and all economies of the countries of the world. He believes that these mutual benefit coupon systems could bring more justice by offering it to people within the land that will implement it. It will definitely reduce the suffering of all those that had no chance in the past. He is seeking justice. He wants to compel himself to such justice by writing more. He is being covered by all the press. No one else is suggesting what he is suggesting today. He is with us today to talk about how he can implement these MBCS, mutual benefit coupon systems. To some people, this dream has not been realized. It was not realized before, and he thinks that he should do it. In the press coverage that he is actually receiving, a lot of focus is being made. And I would definitely talk to him about how it should be applied and how the implementation could make the suffering have less of such thing. Now, he believes that he can have floods and gates for funds and money. He is the one that can explain. He is the one that can tell us how should it be implemented. Dr. Khan, you are welcome to this program to tell the people about your book and about your claims, the dreams that may soon come true.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you for inviting me. As usual, my claims will come first because that's the claims which will initiate the discussion. My first claim is that the recession will be reversed, not stopped, within 30 days. There will be millions of people employed depending on the population within 30 days. All taxes will be removed. The government will collect more than enough money to run the country within few days for a year, and much more by the end of the year. Millions will be employed. without any cost to the government. Everybody's cost of living will come down to at least 50% down from the present situation, and there will be harmony, and ultimately it will eradicate interest and poverty. This is my mission. How it can be accomplished, I will just explain in a short while. Every country floats bonds, and I am saying the same. In this you have mentioned coupon or a bond is same thing. So, I will refer this as a bond because people will understand what I am saying. All the countries float bonds, but with interest. But this bond which I am asking to float is without interest. And how it will be possible? A simple example is given to the government. The government says, I will float a bond, but $1 will buy 5 bonds. We are taking the example of USA. If 5 bonds are given is the rate, the government says, give me $100,000 and I will give you 500,000 bonds. This rate is only implicated in the first 30 days. Second 30 days, the rate will become 4 and then it will become 3. This is one option government gives. Second option government gives, that if somebody wants to take another option duty free, give me 100,000 and I will give you 10 million duty free option. Third, government says that every day there will be a draw of $100 million picked up from these bonds which the government has floated. These are the 3 options government gives, and then see what the result will be. At least 10% of the population of the people, if they think that the bonds are beneficial to them, how they will be beneficial? The government says, pay my bills, government bills, anything which the government is giving you with bonds, not with dollars. So, what will be the formula is simple. You have a $100 bill, you pay a 200 bonds. That means you have a discount of 60% straight away. So, why I will take these bonds? First thing is that I will reduce my expenses. Second thing is this, I will sell these bonds in the next month with a profit. Third thing is this, I have a possibility of winning a mega million prize. And the fourth thing is this, is something which is very unusual. If somebody is a little clever, he can earn back his 100,000 within 30 days. These are my claims. And now how it will happen? You can ask me all the questions and I will inshallah reply.
Okay. Now, you are saying that it will reduce the expenses of all the people, rich and poor alike. But what is the benefit for the poor over the rich in this matter?
The poor will get a job that they are not getting now. They will be the bond agents. They will sell the bonds. Government will give them 10% commission on each bond. Means $90 they have to pay for a bond of $100. They can keep their commission as a whole, or they can keep part of it. If they keep part of it, then they will be happy because there will be many buyers of their whole year quota. They have a quota of 1 month, $300,000, or a whole year quota of $3.6 million. So, any investor who can come and ask him, I will buy your whole year quota, but give me 5-6% of yours. So, he will have more option to sell his quota in one go and get the money up front. And this investor is, who is the investor? I want to get my 100,000 back. Why should I give it to the government? So, he invests only 100,000 and goes to these people and gets the 500,000 bonds and starts selling at his home. He is giving for $1 5 bonds. Means even at the not 100,000 but $1 even, for a poor person will also go for that. So, all the poor person will come together and they will start buying these bonds.
So, you think they will buy with the last dollar?
With the last dollar, otherwise they have it. Why not have it?
And then what happens after they lost the last dollar?
They have whatever the last dollar, they have a coupon. They can sell it. They can use it. So, this coupon or these bonds are sellable in the open market.
How can you sell it?
Why? There are many people who will
Tell
buy.
us how. Mechanism.
Mechanism is this: I have got dollars. I have got bonds. So, some people want bonds. They have not been able to buy it in bulk. Now they have finished with the bonds because they want to pay the electricity bill. They want to pay the petrol bill. They want to pay anything which the government is selling, they don't have bonds. Because without bonds, the things are very costly. The things are same. We have not touched the system. System remains the same, but we have just introduced these bonds that you sell or you buy these bonds and things will be cheaper to you. So I need these bonds. I will go to these investors who have got the bonds. I will go to the open market who has got bonds. The open market rate will be different. Everywhere there will be rate will be there. So these bonds will be available in the open market. And this is because it is my need. And it will also be used in the private sector, but with a different formula. Not with the, so in government sector, the whole currency will be exchanged. The whole currency will be replaced by bonds. You will buy everything by bonds in government sector, not private sector, not in supermarket.
Okay.
So this is my first.
So it's only for government services.
First government services.
And then later, at a later stage, you will do that.
In the private sector, how it will be used in the private sector.
Now, in your book, you are taking each country on a little side and criticizing it in more details than I have ever seen in the press or in the news. Now, these chapters of the book, they talk about the world economy as it is now and the problems that it is facing now, although it was written 2 or 3 years back.
3 years back.
With copyrights in the United States,
yes.
This book, right?
Yes.
This book of yours, I remember I translated it and we made it into a TV program. But I would very much be interested to hear, why were you very critical of the American economy in particular, or the West? I mean, the latest news that I heard today that Pakistan is receiving $7.5 billion in aids from the greatest economic power that cannot actually help its own 50 million people of poverty, living in total poverty in America. It cannot help even the industries in America to restart again their engines and have the same strength and power that they had few years back. How about the idea? How did you think about America, and why did you think about America? Is it because it's the greatest power, or the greatest economy, or the greatest lie?
The actual fact is it's not just came in one day. I have been studying these economies of different, especially Western countries, for the last 10 years. Looking at it, and I found that America as a great nation is a mother of great inventions and mother of great recessions. This is what has happened. America was in a situation where it floated bonds, it printed money, and they thought that this is their rescue. This is a capitalist system. Everybody trusted them. They bought their bonds, they bought their dollars, they bought everything, and the government of United States was having a nice time. But when I looked and gone into the detail, and I found 3 years back, government of USA was 54 trillion in debt.
$54 trillion
dollars in debt.
In debt. To whom? To whom?
To all of the world. If I have got a dollar in my pocket, this is a debt.
Are they in debt for the, what do you call, the International Monetary Fund?
Yes, they are all in debt.
So why are they forcing the International Monetary Fund to fund other countries?
Fund other countries in the sense this is something, a sort of politics. You have mentioned Pakistan. The thing is this, in Pakistan, this $7 billion which given to the Pakistan, they are in trouble, in deep trouble in Afghanistan. Why? Their forces are being killed right and left by Taliban. And they think that their forces cannot manage it. They have to bring Pakistani forces to help them.
So by being more dependent on the Americans, they think they can defeat terrorism?
They cannot. They can never. It is impossible. The only thing is this, if they make 5 divisions of army in Pakistan and deploy them on this Waziristan and all these states, they can at least stop Taliban coming into Pakistan. Pakistan is a nuclear state.
Taliban is not coming into Pakistan. It is in Pakistan.
They are coming into Pakistan in hordes.
You mean coming from Afghanistan?
From Afghanistan.
But there are 2 Talibans, one in Afghanistan and one in Pakistan.
They are all same. They are all the creation of poverty.
So yes, the creation of poverty, but they are not being imported. They are actually inland.
Why? because this is a place, Waziristan and this all Afghanistan is an area where there is a maximum poverty. These big warlords, they get money from different sources and hire mercenaries, make them into Taliban, and this is how they are doing it.
So their poverty is different from the poverty of the 50 million Americans.
It is that poverty, they are living on interest and they are living on debt. But here nobody gives them debt.
So why do we call it at all times poverty?
Poverty.
There should be grade A poverty, grade B poverty, grade C poverty in the world.
One is the
Bankers can tell you that.
yeah. The thing is this: America is riding the crest of trust.
Okay.
Today they have a trust.
Okay.
Tomorrow Pakistan hasn't got a trust. So other countries haven't got a trust like
To
this.
some people, trust is non-existent.
Yes, and then they are
And
more
to some
powerful.
others, it exists, but they get cheated.
They cheat, but this is what this cheat has been exposed by now. The America is going down the drain every day. They are into debt.
Why?
Deep because
Why?
because what is happening? Look at them. They have unemployment figure is 9.8 million people are and it will reach 20 million. It's very soon. There's industry shutting down. Look at the situation there. Their stores are being closed. Everything is going down the drain.
Their problem actually is in the fact that they're getting a lot of numbers unemployed, right?
This is the reason why
But I thought their problem is greater than that in not being able to stop the number of being unemployed.
This is what
They
it
are
is.
on the increase every month.
So this is why I'm saying every month 500,000 people are going out of the job.
So if America says, okay, we stopped at 10 million unemployed, they can handle it.
How can they cannot?
If they stop at a certain level, they can handle
How
it. But the problem, they cannot handling the deterioration to other
So
figures.
this is what I'm saying. Now the trust is gone. Trust is gone.
Trust in what?
Trust in their money, dollar. Dollar
In
is
the dollar.
slipping.
So the dollar is no more respected.
No, how can everybody is thinking whether I can take the dollar or not?
So a lot of countries are thinking to
To depeg from the dollar.
depack from the dollar. I mean, let's say, okay, we have no more relations with the dollar.
With
If
the-
we have with it any relationship, it should be like the yen or like the
Ex-
euro or
ba-
like anything
or
else.
basket of currencies.
Basket of currencies where they can actually have
A more safety.
a fair deal to their people,
And this is why dollar
to
is
their
going.
nations.
Yes.
Yeah,
Dollar is
okay.
going down, so the oil is going up and the gold is going up because nobody trusts dollar now. Nobody is keeping their money in dollar now. So they are in trouble. Now no more, people are not, the countries are not trusting America.
Now, I want to ask you something on the question of economy and finance.
Yeah.
I am neither this nor that. But I want to ask, you claim to be an economist, right? Let me take you to your claims.
Yes.
I, in the high school or at university, learned that economics or economies of countries are made of either agriculture or industry, right?
Yes.
And that's how we can call a country with a strong economy a healthy economy, right?
Yes.
And I think finance is a different thing. A lot of countries in Africa, they are full of, mineral resources. Yet, they are poor
Because there is no finance.
because they have no finance.
So if the finances are there, they cannot drill out those minerals.
Now,
to
if
sell
they
them.
come from the West to drill these minerals for them, they say to them, we will get this wealth out of the land and give it to you.
Whether they do it or
But we
not.
will give you 10% and
Yes.
we will take 90%. I remember some oil, extracting company called Occidental. They were giving to the Libyan only 18% and they were taking 82% of the oil that was taken from the ground at one time. Now, if we have such an economy, right, in a country like Africa, I don't call it economy because I don't see any, it's a country that is being neglected, no agriculture and no industry. So what do we do in this case?
Yeah.
Countries that have a lot of wealth in the
True.
grounds,
Yeah.
yet they don't have economies.
Yes.
They have wealth, they have money, but they don't have economy.
No, they have economy. Why?
How?
Everybody is keeping some money in their pocket. True?
No, but that's finance,
No,
money.
Yeah, money.
Yeah.
This money, if pooled down, everybody pulls $1 on the table.
Okay.
Now this is lying in millions of people's pocket, $1, $1.
Dr. Yunus theory. He's
Yes.
here in Abu Dhabi.
So now,
actually, yes.
now we are pooling all this. This system is pulling all the money and giving into one basket.
Okay.
So once this comes into one basket, this is a huge amount for every country
Of money.
of money.
But it's not an economy.
This is a finance.
Yeah, okay, it's a finance.
Finance,
Yes.
put this money and drill your own thing.
All right.
Don't call anybody else
Okay.
to drill it. Drill it yourself.
All right.
Take the machinery, buy the machinery, and drill it yourself.
So do you differentiate between having wealth and having a strong economy? Do you differentiate between the two?
Here, strong economy cannot come unless there is a streamline of finance coming to them. Previously, finance was coming from the Western country. With this system, finance is in their own home, in their own pocket. So they can finance any project, which I have just mentioned into this, that once these money is pooled down into one basket of the government will say, take 80% from me and bring 20%.
And then I'll finance you.
I will finance you because 80% is more than enough.
All right.
And do all the projects, all the industry what you want to do is, well, I've got a finance, and now this thing is lacking in this. This is why, and give me 50, 40%, and you take profit of 60%. Who will not go for this option?
All right, we will go for what you call small projects, medium-sized projects.
Everything, all
But
projects.
we can never, I cannot see in any Muslim country an industry, maybe Pakistan is an odd case where they reach to a nuclear power, right? But I do not see in Muslim countries an economy that is built, like for example, look at Egypt. It's a big country. Pakistan is a big country. And Nigeria is a big country. Show me an economy there. Yes, of course I can see economy. I can see agriculture at least. I can see a little bit of industry. And I can see a lot of wealth, but they have big populations. Now what I wanted to know, if we are talking about the poor in our countries, which poor are we talking about?
This is the system which has caused this poverty. The system is not based on incentive.
So the existing system
is all rubbish. It's
does not allow for people to be
creative
and to be in the financial business in the way that you can imagine them to be.
This is what
they have no participation, in other words.
Very little. Individual persons are individually doing for their own.
So they are at the actually receiving end, at the end there. They are only there to milk. We give them money and then we chase them to the jails because they are not paying back.
Exactly.
This is what it is.
This is not the way
and
to
if they
do
don't pay back, we send them to jail.
So this is not the way to do it.
In the West, the same thing happens even in the capitalist society where people buy homes by what you call mortgages.
Yes.
And then if they can't pay, the mortgage will be taken away from them. If they don't pay taxes, they go to jail.
I will explain it to you now.
Explain to me, please.
Now, in this system, the government has got 80%. You want to build a house,
Yes.
the government say, okay, put 20%.
Everybody's dream.
Okay, put
Yes.
20%.
Okay.
They put 20% and 80% government gives.
Okay.
This is now a system which I am showing is Islamic system. Now the government will build that house under the supervision of the banks who have brought this man as he is a guarantor. Bank is a guarantor.
Guarantor, yes.
In the sense that that man has put 20% into the bank. Now the bank will oversee the house which he wants to build according to the best solution. It will be built and give it to that person. Correct?
Okay.
Now 80% there will be installments, say about 15 years, 20 years, whatever is it. Actual installment will be taken from him.
Okay.
Without interest, but a rent will be charged of the house per month.
Okay.
That rent will be less than 1% than
Of the total value.
Of the total, no, not total value, of what the prevailing interest is.
Ah, I see. Okay. It is much less than even the interest of the bank.
Interest
Okay.
is supposing 5%.
All right, I got you. Okay.
Even if less than one. Why? The government has millions of clients, millions of clients.
Okay.
Everybody wants to build a house. They don't have all the money. Government provides the money. Now this money has been put into a right place. There is no collateral except those 20%. Government says, it is your house. Give me rent wise. I will take rent and then I will do that. Supposing he cannot pay the rent. He cannot pay the rent after something happens. But the government will make sure he pays the rent because he will offer him the job. He will offer him all social security. So there won't be anybody on the street with this system.
So those will be offered just because of the gigantic amounts of money that we raised through the
people.
Through the mutual benefit coupon
system.
Okay.
So there are about 6 floodgates of money which open the government.
Which floodgates, please?
Number one floodgate is this, that if 10% of the people jump into this, that I want to save 60% of my so 10% people, if look at America, they will get $5 trillion within 2-3 days. In case of UAE,
Yes.
they will get 200 billion dirham.
10%.
10% everything.
Okay.
And this is first
America
floodgate.
is 300 million, right?
300 million, if 20% of those people, see how much 20% will be.
Okay, now if out of the 300 million,
Yes.
there are 50 to 60 million poor people.
Yeah, we don't take that, we just take 20%.
Okay, no, I'm just trying to make an equation
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
If you say that there are 50 to 60 million unable anyway,
Okay, correct.
you have disabled them.
Yes.
And when you took another, let's say 70 to 80 million, the children and the teenagers, the ones that are before, so you're talking about 120, 130 million people, non-participants.
Okay, no problem. But
Then
as-
you take out to other 150 and 160 million people, you take 10%.
Yes.
You're talking about, let's say, 18 million or 15 million people.
20 million people is easily will contribute to the government.
20 million people. okay.
Minimum.
20 million people in the, let's say, remaining 180 or 200 million people, whatever it is.
It becomes less than even 10% if you
All
look
right,
at it.
it becomes less than 10%. What I wanted to say,
Yeah.
in any society, we don't have more than 10 people rich. So if the 10% that you claim will solve the problem by buying the coupons are to be the riches of America, then the poor has nothing.
Now, here it is lies the point. The government has collected his money of whole year budget, say about 5 trillion. These people will they know it, that this 100,000 they can get it back within 30 days also. This is also a thing.
Okay.
So this is how they will jump into this pool.
Okay. The other floodgate.
Other floodgate is this, that these investors, they don't want to give 100,000 to the government.
So what do they do?
They come back with a lot of bonds in their hand, and they are selling in the open market. They come, I will give you 5.
Carrying on their back shoulders?
No, they are at home, and the account is in the bank. So they are selling those bonds every day at the rate of 5 every day. So they sell their bonds quickly and then go back, keep on going back till the demand lasts.
What is their limit?
Limit is 300,000 per month, or full year quota. They can sell it in
$300,000. He can actually purchase and sell $300,000
in 1 month,
In 1 month.
or they can sell their whole year quota in one go.
Which is how much?
It is
300 multiplied
by
by
12.
Which is 3,600,000.
600. If they want, they can sell it. So I want to get my 100,000 back. I am a rich person.
Okay.
Why should I do that? So I will go to him and ask him, give me 5% of your commission.
No, I still think it's going back to the rich again.
Yes,
you
yes.
see?
How much?
In the first floodgate, the second floodgate, the rich man is buying,
It's
but
okay,
the poor
buy-
man cannot.
No, buy poor man getting for $1 getting five coupons,
Yes, but he
five
doesn't
bonds.
have $10 to buy 50 coupons.
No. He has $10. Otherwise, he would have been dead. Government has given them what? Jobs. He has a job now. The job has come. The industry has been flooded with all those things because there is no duty. Almost duty is gone. The cost of living, or the cost of oil, electricity, everything, all those things have gone. Taxes have gone because the government has accumulated so much of money. So that all these things have gone, there are more jobs available now. Now there is no more job. Why the industry is going down? The taxes, the interest, the high cost of interest, the high cost of indirect taxation.
What is the job creation, the percentage of, sorry, what is the percentage of job creation in the case of implementing a system in any society? Let us take Pakistan,
Yeah.
or let us take Indonesia or Rhodesia or any country,
Yeah.
right? If you have a country with 100 million people and you start implementing the system, what is the ratio? What is the percentage of people that can be employed by implementing the system?
Or at least, in supposing there are about 20% people who are unemployed, they can be easily employed by selling these coupons, by selling these bonds. And they have in front
Are
of
they
them.
presently unemployed?
Yes, they are unemployed. They are more than, they about 80% are unemployed.
I see.
They are all self-employed or unemployed, they can call it. So there is a dearth of the people who are unemployed, but this is the solution, straight away
All
solution.
right, straight away solution.
So they are employed.
You are
So
job creating to people, right?
who are poor,